Alrighty, what is up everybody? It's or Rebel Inc.'s art. First and foremost, I gotta apologize. It is already 10 o'clock as I'm doing this recording, which means this video is probably gonna go up around midnight thanks to just how long it takes to export and upload videos. So I'm sorry about that. This took me 3 days to record, but I finally managed to get it started, so that's progress somehow. We are finally doing the character design challenge. Gosh. Darn it. We're finally doing the character design challenge, everyone. I know we've all been waiting for it. It's not like we do it weekly or anything. No, we are doing the, the 20 style challenge. This is gonna be broken up into 2 parts because it took me forever to get this done. So we've got the first 10 parts in this episode, and then next week we're gonna get the second 10 styles. And it is nice because I broke it up into 2 groups of 10, so I guess it kind of works out this way. For this video, we are doing like the common styles that you normally see in these style challenges, so things from different cartoons and such. I tried to specifically pick cartoons and shows that inspire me to keep creating. But the second part is what I'm really looking forward to. It's going to be where I talk more heavily about how I developed my own personal style. And it is me drawing or imitating the styles of artists who, like specific individuals who inspired me when I was working on creating my own art style. And so I'm really looking forward to getting to share some of those with you, and just this whole process is going to be a ton of fun. So we're already, watching the speed paint for it. We've got me drawing myself in my own style. I decided I was considering different characters to do for this, and I settled on myself because I just got a new haircut recently and I'm kind of a fan of it, and I figured I haven't really drawn what I really look like for the channel. We've got my little persona that I need to redesign, but we haven't seen real at all, so just kind of figured this would be the time to do it, the fun little time to draw me in a bunch of different fun styles. So I'm just finishing that up real fast. I did a not quite a full body, 2/3 quarter picture of me, and then I'm doing headshots for the rest because of the way I want to lay out the final image. And finishing that, I go ahead and do that classic Adventure Time style, or Bravest Warriors, if you will. This is a style that we see in a lot of cartoons these days. And it's one, I don't really watch a whole lot of Adventure Zone, which is something that I don't like, and I would love to watch more if I had more time. But even if I don't get to watch a whole lot of it, Adventure Time is something that means quite a bit to me, just because, primarily for Marceline and Bubblegum, their characters as a whole just make me real dang happy. And that one was pretty fast, so I don't get to talk about it too much. Heading in there afterwards was Gravity Falls. Gravity Falls was a show that I watched a bunch. I really enjoyed it. It was too cute. And the style ended up being a little difficult, but it was really fun as well. A lot of these, one of the biggest challenges was just finding a way to do line art without like pressure sensitivity to it, because that's something in a lot of cartoons these days, is the lines don't have any weight to them, which adds to this very nice, cute, like, I don't know, very classic feeling to it. But as somebody who works... Oh, that was a loud squeak. I am so sorry. As somebody who works primarily with a lot of like line fluctuation, it was very funky. What is this style? Oh, Camp Camp. So this is Camp Camp. It's one of, if you're not familiar with it, it's one of Rooster Teeth's animated shows. It's something that I really enjoyed watching. It was a ton of fun. If you haven't watched it, it's all available on YouTube, and it's hilarious. When I just figured it would be a really fun style to try and do for myself, because I don't normally mess with a lot of line artless sort of art. So I had a ton of fun with this one. These are all going by so fast, good golly, and it's still gonna be a long video. Rip. Guess that's how the cookie crumbles though, huh? Alright, and with that one done, what is this? I should have given myself captions or something. Oh, this is Ghibli! Okay, so after... Yeah, sorry, because this was all recorded over the span of 3 days. The ones that were recorded, like yesterday, 2 days ago, I'm having a hard time remembering. But this was Ghibli. Ghibli was something, I didn't watch Ghibli when I was younger, just because I lived in a household where it's like, anything that wasn't made by Christians was of the devil, and so it took me a long time to get into stuff like this. But Lindsay was actually the one who introduced me to Studio Ghibli. I remember they tried to show me Castle in the Sky, and I accidentally fell asleep during the middle of it, but I ended up watching a bunch of them with her later, and then just fell super in love. And to this day, like, Howl's Moving Castle is my go-to cheer me up movie whenever I'm feeling down. I just put that bad boy on, because it's got such a good vibe and such a great great soundtrack and great scenery and great character design, and it just makes my heart really happy. So just heading in there with that fun Ghibli style. And then Steven Universe. I recognized that one as soon as I did the nose. And I believe we're into the things that I recorded today, so I should start being able to pick them up a little bit faster. Steven Universe has its pros and cons. I know there's a lot of controversy over, whether or not we should accept it as a good show or a bad show, but I personally am a huge fan of it. I'm a huge fan of Garnet and Ruby and Sapphire, but even more so than that, I love the way they do backgrounds, and that's one of the reasons why it's a big inspiration to me. And finishing that up, because that's another fast one to do, this is, I believe, yes, this is Pokemon. This is that good Pokemon art style. I pulled more inspiration and reference from the art in the video games to the art in the anime. And a lot of the reason for that is just because I used to draw a lot of anime, and I took a very long time to break out of the bad habits I picked up from anime. And so anytime I would draw anything even like remotely closer to the anime I used to draw all the time while doing this challenge, I just felt like so nauseous, like I was back in middle school. I'm just like, let's try to avoid this as much as possible. And there's nothing wrong with anime art. I love consuming anime art, but there's something about drawing it that just makes me feel like I'm right back at where I started with my art, and it feels real weird. Speaking of anime, Sailor Moon. That's what this next one is. Sailor Moon's art style is like the ultimate feel-good art style. It is so cutesy and adorable, and I know I didn't do it justice. There's a couple of these pictures that I did not do the greatest job capturing the original art style, and that's okay. I'm not always gonna get it right on the nose first time trying it, which means I can either practice more, or it just means that's not the direction my art is going, and either is okay. One thing I will say, though, I love the shading in Sailor Moon. Those nice fuzzy edges make me feel so warm and happy inside. Those eyes give me war flashbacks, though, rip. There we go, and then... what are you? Oh, Disney. This one's Disney. And I know Disney has a lot of different art styles. This one I based off of Audrey from Atlantis: The Last Empire, because she has a very similar face shape to myself, and that was like the first one. I'm like, oh, I could base it off that, because I knew it would, still look like me. I don't exactly have a Disney princess-esque face, which is okay. Helps for those days when I'm feeling more butch than femme. I will say Disney's probably the closest from these first 10 to what my art style is like normally. And that's because I pull a lot of inspiration from Disney for my art style, and we're going to see a little bit more of that later. And then this one's Animal Crossing. I don't know if Animal Crossing was necessarily like an artistic inspiration for me, but it's just like a feel-good inspiration in general. Also, coincidentally, this is what my character looks like in Pocket Camp. But our Animal Crossing is a style that I find myself imitating frequently, and it's a ton of fun. It's such a good, like, feel-good series. A lot of the things we're seeing in this video are just, like, my go-to things when I'm feeling down in the dumps. And then this very last one is Scott Pilgrim. Scott Pilgrim was, like, a really special series for me. It was one of the first graphic novels I got into outside of, like, comic books and anime. And it was my first introduction to bisexuality with Ramona Flowers. I actually got, like, the Ramona Flowers haircut in middle school, where you had the short hair on top and then, like, the two long strands of hair from the movie. It was the worst decision I've ever made. It looked so freaking bad. It was the ugliest haircut, and I very quickly realized it was ugly as all get out and fixed it. Cut those little strands right off. But, you gotta experiment sometimes. And here we go, we see that finished image of the first 10 in my original style here put together. I'm sorry that this isn't the full 20, but I do like spacing them out like this, because it means that A, I get to get this video out for you on the day it's supposed to go out, and B, it means I'm going to have a full separate video just to talk about my artistic inspirations and how I developed my own personal art style. So that video is probably going to be a little bit longer, so I'm going to rant for a little bit longer, but I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're excited about part 2. Heaven knows I am. I hope you're having a great day, and until I see you guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. I love you. Bye-bye.